And out of that is really the session I'm going to teach to you today. We have figured out some things that helps us harness the internet and some of the technology today to come to right into people's homes, right into their offices and help them. And I want you to realize for ministry, you can do the same thing. That's the key. But first, if you have a plan to take your ministry global, now what do I mean by that? Well, you know what? I've got a friend, and you'll hear from him later, Trevor Lunn. He is a pastor up in Canada, and he has now over 100,000 followers. When I first, back in November, he had about 95. Now he has well over 100,000 people who read his emails, who buy his books, who listen to his online sermons. You know, if you're pastoring a church, taking your ministry global in one way can be harnessing the internet in a very powerful way. I mean, think about it. Even Joel Osteen doesn't have 100,000 followers, meaning people who are actively involved. If you have a parachurch organization, you can use the internet, you can use the World Wide Web, you can use so many different techniques to actually build genuine relationships or even begin those genuine relationships much further than your geographic reach. You can do that, and then through some of the social media and the different things that are available today, actually nurture those folks into a relationship with you. And so what we're going to talk about today is how do we reach a global market, if you will, for both our church and our parachurch. Well, the first thing we have to do is we have to set a goal. Now, we have to decide, what are we going to try to get accomplished here? If you have a church and really what you want to do is saturate your community, maybe a 10-mile area, you need to decide that I want to reach every household in a 10-mile area. If you have a parachurch, maybe it is I want to reach everybody in my state or the northern part of my state. Or maybe it's I want to reach people in given cities. So I've got some contacts, for example, in Atlanta and Dallas and Denver and Oregon and Portland. And so I want to focus my reach on those. Whatever you have, whatever your mindset is here, you need to set a goal of what you want to get accomplished in the first year, the third year, the fifth year, and the 10th year, so that you get a sense of how you're progressing at actually reaching folks. The second part of establishing that goal is you need to decide on who you want to reach. See, that's one of the things I like about Trevor, and again, you'll hear from him on Friday, but Trevor, you know, there's a lot of people that have followers, but they're not the kind of followers you want. They're people who are not interested in Christianity, or they're spammers, or they're trying to sell you shoes, or who knows what. So in the same sense, he's made a lot of sense of really drilling into reaching people that want to hear his message. And in the same way, you need to consider what group do you want to reach. How do you want to, is it youth? Is it, I don't know, ladies who have been struggling with domestic violence? Is it funders? Who do you want to reach in this whole process? So you got to have specific objectives, and you have to think through what you want to achieve. And then you need to go through a process of planning and goal setting. Okay? And you want to try to think it through as best as you can. And you're going to learn. It's interesting, this morning, Art and I were driving along the highway this morning, and we got to talking about what have we learned about. This is really the first time we've done Raise Your Vision online, and yesterday was our first day. And what did I learn out of that? Well, I'm already beginning to assess. So I had 5 years of experience of putting together a live conference, Raise Your Vision conference, where people actually came to a conference facility, that kind of thing. But doing it online is different. And so I'm saying this to say, even though you thoroughly think through it, it's an ongoing process. You've never arrived thinking through your goals. You're going to learn, you're going to get new intel, you're going to get new understanding, you're going to get new evaluation. And as you do that, you're going to be readjusting your goals, readjusting your goals, readjusting your goals. It's just a requirement in the process.